the end of April and I'm working today in a very special place. I'm about a 15-minute drive through the lanes from my forest garden in the village of East Harptree. I'm on the Mendip plateau here and I am working in a different food forest. It belongs to a lady named Sharon Grimster, and she came on a tour of my food forest or forest garden in September 2021, and then the following year I came to look around her 1 acre site here because she decided to plant her own. She had it designed by a clever chap called Adam Croft. And now it's 2023, it's April, and I've been working here every Tuesday morning for the last few months. And I thought you'd like to have a little look. Here it is. It's a 1 acre site. And for reference, my forest garden is 2.5 acres, although an acre of that is meadow. So effectively, it's about the same size in terms of what you'd actually call a food forest. And unlike mine, which was just an open pasture site, there were quite a few trees here established already, especially the hazel groves that are going to be coppiced, and the surrounding mixed native hedging with hawthorns and blackthorns and elders and other fine English specimens in there. This morning I've been creating a network of mown grass pathways to access the different areas. I always think it really makes the garden come together and look intentional when you create the access paths. Also this morning I have been digging up different ground cover specimens from the garden next to her house to plant in the food forest here, things like alpine strawberries and comfrey, and things that will really thrive in the semi-shady orchard-like environment. I'm particularly pleased with this area we created the other week. It's a nice sunny clearing here for all these orchard trees, apples and cherries and plums. And then here we've created a keyhole bed, and a keyhole bed meaning you can walk in the centre bit without stepping on the beautiful soft soil here that we've put in all around. And that soft soil is rotted wood chip from many tons over there she had delivered. And I'm taking it from there to put around the fruit trees and to build up some of the beds like this. At the moment there are different sorts of mints here, and now strawberries that are going to create some ground cover, and all the dead wood round the outside, the logs, to stop the grass creeping in as it otherwise would do. Sort of currant bushes, black currants, red currants, gooseberries. Then there are other areas where we've put down permeable plastic to then remove later in the year to blanket plant these areas. So that's killing off the grass. She's planted some rhubarb there, that's quite well established. That'll take care of itself. It's wonderful to hear the chickens and the turkeys from over there. I say turkeys, there's just one turkey. He's a rescue turkey that escaped Christmas, and I think he's got a funny name like Steve or Keith or something. But every 10 minutes or so, the bird song is punctuated by a gobble, 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 gobble. And it makes me smile every time. There's a patch of different thornless brambles down here. All different varieties. Polar berry, Ooh, black satin. Sounds delicious. As you can see, Sharon has taken my advice and brought these T-shaped black labels cable tied to bamboo canes. It's a really good way of working out what is where, and yeah, to remember where things are, what they're called, and you can also use the labels to plan it by sticking them in the ground, and then you remember what you wanted where. It's a constantly evolving thing, and even though Adam Croft did this beautiful plan on paper, things are constantly changing depending on what you find and how things grow. It is such an asset to have all these well-established trees. So effectively she's 10 years ahead of me because I had to wait for my trees to grow before I started on the proper ground cover. So I think really by the end of this year, 2023, it'll be planted up, and then she can just leave it and maintain it a little bit, cutting certain things back, doing a lot more mulching and keeping the paths cut, and that'll be it. Mine's 12 years old and only really just starting to look like this. Sharon did say that she wanted to feature herself in this video, but she wasn't quite ready because she's lathered herself in sun cream, so wasn't feeling that presentable. And it is a little bit spontaneous, so maybe I'll make one in a couple of weeks' time with her in it, so she can explain perhaps her reasoning and motivation to create a food forest and talk a little bit about it in more depth that I can't do. Look at this gooseberry. Captivator. That's a good name for a gooseberry. Maybe it will be captivating. I was going to put down some brown cardboard just here with lots of wood chip on top, and then take cuttings from this gooseberry and stick them all in through the wood chip and the cardboard, and have a row of gooseberries along here, and then the same this side but with that red currant. Nice grove of hazel here. I love the paths wending their way through the woods. We're right on top of the Mendip hills here. For reference, this is the flat top of Mendip. My place is about 2 miles just over the hill to the north there. If these trees weren't in the way, we'd be able to see Glastonbury Tor just there on the horizon. And the city of Wells is just down this slope. And that is where I'm heading next. My very useful and amazing Stihl electric hedge cutter has broken. So I need to take it back to the shop because it's still under guarantee and it should not have broken. It hasn't even had about 50 hours use yet. Listen to the bird song. I'm not very good at identifying birds, but they're all making nests at the moment. A lot of them are. Oh dear. A deceased corvid. What were you then? Is it a crow? A rook? It's not big enough to be a raven. I planted a loganberry around here somewhere. Oh, we've passed it. It was over there. That's going to bounce around all throughout this hazel grove just here. elder. The gardening superpower. If you've got mulch, you could do anything. Look at that pile of wood chip. And it was free. That's probably long enough. We'll come here again when Sharon can feature too. And maybe Adam, if he's working here as well. I need to go off to Wells now. Nice to see you again. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye.